We're here today with Mr. Dan, the Anchorman. He does a lot of things. He worked for ABC Action News as...
I did work for ABC Action News. I was a digital content producer at that time.
That's what's up. So we're just going to dive into that.
I was in the school morning show in the 5th grade in elementary school, and I was on it all 3 years of middle school, and I was convinced that an anchorman was what I was going to be.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's how I remember you from high school.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I was on doing, catchy taglines or corny taglines, depending who you ask, and doing all that. And going into college, I said, all right, I'm going to do mass communications. I'm going to keep this going. And then I kind of found out a little bit more about how the game works and what it takes to do that and the money involved and that kind of thing. And I kind of started to pivot at that point. I really started to enjoy cinematography and behind the camera type stuff.
Production.
Yeah, production stuff. So I kind of started to flex that way a little bit. Still not opposed to being on the air, but I started to find out from college professors and people in the industry that if you want to start a career like that, you kind of have to start in the middle of nowhere and you have to start making peanuts. So
you mean you have to go find a small town where nobody's doing that?
Exactly.
They just don't have enough people to do that.
You got to go to middle of nowhere, South Dakota, where nobody wants to work and work for $10 an hour.
You never think about that. There's like all these small towns everywhere that have all these different professions and no college or anywhere to train those people to. So they just move there.
They've got local news, of course, for those people. But then if you're any kind of aspiring broadcaster, you want to move up. You want to get to the next biggest market. So it's like every year or two, they completely revolving door of people.
Newscasting, $10 an hour.
Yes.
You could work at McDonald's and make that amount of money.
Right. And I respect the people that do it because they are passionate about news. They're passionate about journalism. The people that go start there and work their way up might take them, 10 years before they're making a livable salary. But that's the grind that it takes if you want to be a big time reporter. And then it usually takes several years of reporting before you're an anchor also. So between that, I really didn't have any interest in moving away from Florida. I really love it here. I've always lived here. And, my passions were kind of changing more into production anyway. So the Anchorman thing, it's still my tag or whatever, my handles, but that's kind of gotten left behind.
Interesting.
So you said reporting and anchoring. Reporting are like the guys that are like during hurricanes, they're out like standing there, and the anchor guys are actually in the studio reading the prompter. Okay.
Yeah, anchors are at the desk, reporters would be out in the field.
Gotcha. But no, man, I mean, I would have thought you would have been, sitting behind an anchor table by now because your ass was literally every morning.
So why did you start to feel like it was not for you?
There was one thing that really sticks out into my head. It was a college experience where USF basketball was playing a game on CBS Sports Network, and I got to shadow the production truck. They pull in trucks and all the equipment is there for where they broadcast the games. And the guy talked very candidly about it. Like, it was cool to see everything that goes into it. But the guy talked very candidly about it. He was like, yeah, I'm pretty much married to my job, because if you're in the sports aspect of it, especially, you're in Tampa one night, then you got a game in Phoenix the next night. So you got to be over there. Then 2 days later, you're in Chicago, and it's a lot of travel and not a lot of, stability and not really much of a home base. And that's not really like a kind of lifestyle that I ever pictured for myself. I would much prefer to be settled in one place and
but that was a sports announcer. That probably has more, travel,
definitely,
built into the job. You wouldn't necessarily have to be that, or is it like such a circumstance where you would have to take whatever you get?
So let me put it this way: if I graduate from USF and I want to take a reporter job out of college, there's no reporting job in Tampa. There's no reporting job in Orlando. There's no reporting job in Miami. Maybe you can get a small town in Florida, maybe. But more than likely, you have to move somewhere, and just I think the sacrifice, like I guess I wasn't as passionate about it as I initially thought, where like I would risk, whatever, or I would, go full steam ahead, even if I have to, live off of nothing for a few years. That it just wasn't something that ultimately I was willing to do.
Yeah, it seems like the reporter life, anchor life is like the reporter life is like a bachelor. Like it's a bachelor's life. Like you can't be having a family, like you said, be in Phoenix one week and Chicago the next weekend.
Oh yeah, and newsrooms are notorious for just, especially in the small markets, everybody just dates each other there.
Degeneracy going on in there. Bunch of haram.
Yeah, there's definitely a reputation for that, especially in the small markets.
So if you start say you go out to whatever North Dakota, you're at this small town. Like, how do you work your way up to like that bigger? Like, you just have to be a popular caster in that city. Like, how do they? And like,
So first of all, I apologize to any North Dakota viewers you might have. Didn't mean to insult anybody, but no. What would happen is you'd sign, a 1 or 2 year contract, and then you've got some tape. You've got a resume reel that you can then put out there. They can see, okay, you can perform on camera. You know at least a little bit about what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So then you get moved up to another little market. That's a little bit bigger, and so they're all ranked. So maybe you started at 102, and then you move up. Maybe now you're in the 79th market. Then maybe 2 years later, you move up, you're in the 38th market.
Okay.
And so you kind of just have to work your way every couple of years if you're an on-air talent.
No, because I've always thought about that. Like, how do you even start to do that? Like, you just apply and like you just hope that you're good about in front of a camera. Like,
yeah, no, it's all based off of because a written resume really means not a lot in that
industry. Make video resumes.
Yeah, they want to see what you can do. They want to see what you look like on camera, how you deliver the news, that kind of thing. How you can adapt on the fly if you have to change the story up or whatever. So that's really what it is. It's just seeing your body of work, seeing, okay, this is what they've done. I've seen them do it in this smaller market, so I think it can translate to our market. So it takes time, and that's why anybody that you see that is an anchor in a big market, they've been in the news industry a long time to get there.
Did they give you any like juice? Like from what I've seen this video where it's like every news page, it was like reading the same script, like saying the same things on like 12 different news stations. Like, is that something that they kind of tell you? Like, does everybody know that?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Depends who owns the station. So all the affiliates are owned by like bigger media groups, right? So I worked for the local ABC Action News affiliate, but they're owned by Scripps Media. So Scripps was not the one, and Scripps has like 30 television stations across the country, different areas. But the video that you're talking about, I believe, was from Sinclair, because I do remember seeing that go around, and it was like verbatim. They were having everybody read the same scripts, and I guess that's a conversation about who owns the news.
Okay. So that's weird. I didn't know that there were other entities that own the news companies. I thought it was like their own.
Right. The way that I heard it was just it's so hard to make money off the news that they all buy or they get the same scripts or same stories from the same centralized sources.
The news makes money. Don't worry about that. The employees in the news don't make money.
Okay. Maybe that's just the way that I heard it spun. But either way, it's just like they get the same centralized sources.
That's weird.
And sometimes they don't change what is said.
Right. Or if they're trying to push a particular thing, then it could be used that way. I mean, that'd be obviously a negative use of media, but
right. Yeah, purposefully doing so. Not simply just because that's the store we had.
Right.
No stories out there.
I would say like kind of that it's lies, man. I feel like a lot of no one watches news anymore. Like local news is cool, but like, NBC, ABC, CNN, a lot of that stuff is, hella agendas on that stuff. But I don't know. I feel like that stuff is kind of going out the window. Like our generation, I feel like doesn't go and watch CNN and Fox News and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's all social media.
So I don't know what the news TV world would be like in 20 years, 30 years.
Yeah,
they're kind of just they're clipping all of their shit and putting it on YouTube. Anything that's relevant enough, people are gonna search it, and the video is gonna show up.
Yeah, nobody wants to watch anything longer than 90 seconds.
Yeah, and YouTube's got their back. They demonetized independent news media sources on YouTube.
They did.
Have you ever, because you're pivoting towards media production now, right? So tell me about that pivot. Let's talk about more of what you're doing now.
Okay, we'll pivot along the way because there's a couple more pivots after that.
Okay. Go ahead.
But so I started, getting involved in the production stuff. I bought a DSLR. I was flying a drone at one point. Nice. Just kind of doing some freelance stuff on the side. But of course, you have to get a job out of college. You gotta afford to live. So that's when I did go to the news station because it was what I knew, and I was just writing there. I was a digital content producer. So for the most part, I was writing stories from day to day. But then I would also get some chances to go out and shoot some longer form content, usually not related to daily news at all. When
you say get some chances, you mean like they would let you there were some things that you want to do, and they were like, okay.
Yeah, like slow day basically at the station. Don't need everybody there waiting to write whatever daily news comes in. Like, yeah, we can spare you. Go head out into the field and work on this other project type thing.
Nice.
So I produced like a half-hour special about Gasparilla. kind of just the history, what it is for somebody that's never been or isn't from Tampa.
Did it get aired?
It's on YouTube. I mean, it wasn't for broadcast. Like
Nobody watches TV anyways, Dan. Remember.
No, I did have a few like VOs that I shot and stuff that that did make it on television, but they would. It's a different process, I guess. But then I did another one that was about like when they launched the XFL again a couple years ago. We had a Tampa team. It was another kind of just all encompassing. Yeah, it's a knockoff football league.
Oh, we tried that.
It's still a thing now. They reopened it back up.
Yeah, that's right.
Again.
Great. Because the other 2 times it failed wasn't enough. But
beautiful.
And like the base pay was like $28,000. Something like,
yeah.
For injuries, no thanks.
Right.
But go ahead. What else did you make?
But so I did enjoy doing those types of projects, and I had a little bit of long form opportunities like that because I do like the art of storytelling, and I like being able to put something together myself from start to finish. Like it was my idea. I shot it. I edited it. I wrote the script. Like all that kind of stuff. It's cool to see your vision like come together in that way. But that wasn't my main job there, and so that gave me a little bit more chance to work on that in my freelance opportunities. And so in freelance, I would do portrait shoots. I would do weddings, which are a lot.
I bet.
Picky.
Yeah. But I would do, what else? I did some graduation photos. So anything with photography, videography that I could mix in just to keep my skills sharp and that kind of thing, I would do that.
So like now you say that you're like, okay, so you're doing production now. Are you doing like your own like, social media content stuff like TikTok or like what is?
No, so this is still in the past. This is not now.
Okay.
But at that time, I have a company, quote unquote. It's not like registered or anything, but it has a page and stuff like that, and I promoted it a little bit. But I just found that it ended up being a lot to keep up with, and anything that I made towards it was just like going back into equipment and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so it just ate up a lot of time kind of on the weekends and stuff like that. And I dabbled in the idea of that being my job, like my own company. But I absolutely dread having to find my own clients. Mm-hmm. The art of having to sell to people. Like I would love to just do the work, but the actual selling my product and that kind of
marketing,
stuff.
Networking.
Yeah, not a fan of that.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. Yeah, that's having to do it here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough. And then get the repeat business too.
Mm-hmm. And then so after that, what's the next step you took?
So after that, I got married and I realized, or I got engaged, I should say. And I realized that life is expensive, and you got to find something that pays a little bit more. And I had gotten a couple raises at the news station, but it still was not, to the level, because I started so low that it was like not quite to the level of what I needed. And so I just happened to find this one job on LinkedIn, and it was for a copywriter position at a basically what's a print and promotional products company. Mm-hmm. And, I had been writing all the time at the news station. So I was like, yeah, I can write. Why not? And so that's what I'm doing now. I've been there since last May.
Okay. And what was it called again?
The company's called Proforma.
Proforma.
Mm-hmm. And so basically they're a liaison between the vendors that actually make promotional products and the business owners that would sell them to you. So what we provide is marketing materials, technology, working capital, other things like that kind of incentivize you to join us and not just buy from a vendor directly.
So what kind of business would be looking for your, services, I guess?
Let's say you own Derek's promotional t-shirts, right? So you could just go straight to a vendor and order a bunch of t-shirts for anybody that wants them. Or you can go through us and we provide, all these other services that kind of take some of the monotonous stuff out of your hands. So you can focus more on running your business, getting other clients, that kind of thing.
Okay. It's
a little bit twisted. I know. Like it took me a couple of weeks.
It's a lot of different things y'all do there.
It took me a couple of weeks on the job to really understand like what they actually do. Every time I would get in the room with a new person, they'd be like, "Okay, so tell me what our company does," and then I have to try and
explain it.
Try and explain
difficult.
It.
What the hell?
Yeah. It's interesting. It's definitely a market that I didn't really know existed, but it turns out the print and promotional products industry is like a multi-billion-dollar industry. Like it's very big. If you think about anything that has a logo on it,
Yeah, it's huge. Like Shopify, I think about Shopify, the different like third-party print automation outsourcing companies. Like you heard of Printify
I have not.
or Shopify?
I feel like I have heard of Shopify, yeah. But like any restaurant that needs, polos for their waiters, or
I was gonna say, so more than you're just basically like a merch printing stuff.
but we don't actually print any of the merch. We're just the mediator between the people that need the merch printed and the people that actually print it.
So y'all like design it there? I'm so confused.
No designing? What? I thought y'all designed.
We don't design it either. No, it's very complicated. I know, but it's like those are the three main things. It's working capital. So say you put in an order and you don't have the money to pay it yet, but you will once your customer buys it. So we can provide working capital almost like a loan to you. That's one benefit.
Okay.
Marketing materials, which is a lot of what I work on. We'll send you a package with like a full-blown marketing campaign that you can use, put your own logo in, like as if it's your own.
Templates?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And you can just plug in your logo basically, that kind of stuff. And then they have like this proprietary technological thing that I'm not sure how this works necessarily because it's not really my side of the business, but it supposedly makes their life way easier as a business owner.
Damn. Still not too sure what y'all do there, but we're just gonna move on.
Welcome to the club.
Weird.
Yeah.
Very.
Hey,
I bet they have an AI.
It's
Y'all got ChatGPT over there?
Listen.
I was going to ask you about that.
That's the reason for my next pivot because I know that thing's gonna take my job soon.
No,
All right. How about we could ask ChatGPT to make to write something for us about whatever? Like, just give an like you can probably come up with something that you have to write or some sort of prompt or instruction. Like, like what were you asked to? What would you do at work yesterday or something? I don't know.
For each of our campaigns, they're themed along the lines of something different. Like our last one was the importance of being eco-friendly promotional products or whatever. So I could type into ChatGPT, write me a blog about the importance of eco-friendly promotional products. Are you gonna do it right now? And then you can say, make sure you use words like, let's see, what's some good words to throw in? Environment and
Sustainable.
Sustainable. That's a good one.
Eco-friendly what?
Eco-friendly promotional products. And yeah, make sure you use words like sustainable, environment,
Renewable resource.
Renewable, sure. And then say like you could say like make it in the style of a blog post and less than 1,000 words.
ChatGPT is fucking crazy, bro. I saw someone literally wrote like a Drake song through ChatGPT. Write a song, Broken Heart, about Drake, and then had like an AI covered like with Drake's voice sing it. It was crazy. AI is getting out of control.
There it is. It's right now.
As more and more people become aware of the impact of human activity on the environment.
This is nuts. It's
Eco-friendly.
putting paragraph titles.
Hey man, it's supposed to be. I don't know. What would you grade it?
I wouldn't have been able to create it that fast. That's for sure.
That fast
It's
for
still,
sure.
It's still going, huh?
It's like it could at least be like a launching point, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And
Like
I think
if you're stumped at work one day, you're just like, fuck it, put it into ChatGPT.
right, like do the whole day's work in a couple minutes. Just
Well, I mean, I didn't say use it verbatim, but like if you were stumped one day,
I wonder if it
get some ideas.
like will copy itself, like repeat itself. Like if you type the same thing in again, like would it say the same exact?
Or would it generate a new idea?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. But here's the tricky thing about it, right? So there's a lot of dispute especially amongst like creative people about like the future of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And is it theft? Because it's not creating any original ideas.
That's true. It's only from a scan of everything on the internet.
Exactly. Right? It's synthesizing material that already exists. So especially with the art stuff, when it's doing AI drawings, there's a lot of artists getting mad about like, hey, like this ripped off my idea or my concept,
Like people have seen AI generated stuff and be like, yo, I made something just like that.
Yeah.
That was the inspiration for that algorithm. Oh, that's crazy.
If you cite your stuff, if you can tell it the site where it pulls the shit from, it'll do it.
Can you really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
With citations, yeah. If you put like with citations, yeah.
And I wonder, that works for drawing too?
I don't know about drawing.
With the drawings.
I don't know about that.
That's a different thing. ChatGPT is a different thing. It doesn't do drawings.
I had a customer, I said this on another show, I had a customer come in and he like tells his students to use ChatGPT to write their essays and tell it to cite where it gets the shit from, and he'll literally grade it and give them a grade on it. Like,
where was this when we were in school?
Exactly, bro. Are you kidding me, bro? God damn, I would have.
They were using programs to like see if we fucking plagiarized the percentages of plagiarism. It's like, yo, calm down. And now it's, yo, use the plagiarism maker.
Well, I wouldn't say it's plagiarism though.
Hey man, if it's using,
it's not your work.
It's literally just it's literally paraphrasing things that it has seen on the internet. It's everything you've seen is some kind of paraphrase.
But wouldn't you be writing the essay paraphrasing the shit you looked off the internet? Be writing in the essay? It's just the same thing.
That's true.
That's true.
But this is not your paraphrase.
They're doing the research for you.
You know what? If you ran this through like a plagiarism reader, it probably wouldn't ping.
No,
it probably wouldn't ping.
Absolutely no.
But you know what kills me is we grew up in a generation of teachers that were like, oh, like you gotta show your work on all this because you won't have a calculator in daily life with you.
Oh,
and
yeah?
now not only do you have a calculator with you, you have a thing that's gonna write everything for you.
Yeah, I got a calculator and it'll show the work for you.
Right.
Show your work.
Yeah.
You can get the answer right, didn't show your work, and you still get the answer wrong.
I'm
It's like,
blown
bitch.
away. Like, I wish I was in like 6th grade or something because
Right now? Are you kidding me?
I would have such great grades.
But then I'm seeing memes of like, oh man, you don't want the doctor that's only a doctor because he used ChatGPT to pass med school.
ChatGPT doctor. Yeah, he's just gotta stay in medical school long enough to make the robots that do the surgery for him too.
Right.
GPT doctor.
But yeah, it's crazy. So it can do all that stuff. So I'm thinking, like, of course it can write the simple copy that I need to write. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's why I'm like, man, I need to branch out, do something different, and diversify my skills a little bit.
Social media is the wave. That internet is.
Put the camera to use.
Yeah, exactly.
AI can't use cameras.
Yet.
Not yet.
They come out. Dude, the future is going to be nuts, bro. The future is going to be nuts.
Yeah, I mean, just the amount that stuff has changed just from our lifetime, it's just exponential every year. What's next?
I saw Neil deGrasse Tyson said by like 2050 he had like his predictions. He was saying that, cars will be fully electric and fully automated. He was saying that like we would have a cure for cancer, which probably won't. Mental health will be, not a problem. We'll be able to, basically give somebody a pill and there won't be any adverse side effects. Like every medication you get will be like tailored to your specific DNA. So, sounds exciting to me.
Hey, we'll see, and
Those some big promises.
Yeah. And Back to the Future, they told me we'd have flying cars by 2015 and I'm still waiting on that one.
Yeah, we're way past that shit.
Well, Back to the Future wasn't a scientist. Neil deGrasse Tyson is a fucking government shill. Let's be real.
People say that. I don't know.
He is.
He is.
He totally is. He totally is. He doesn't say anything against like the main line.
No,
he's the most
right.
uncontroversial scientific figure ever.
He was on Joe Rogan. He's got to be some kind of wokeness to be on Joe Rogan.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You can see. I
want to hear Joe Rogan's predictions for 2050.
Yeah, right. There'll be some more realistic predictions. Every fucking mental illness is going to be gone. I don't believe that at all. The fact that they're going to be tailoring medication based on your DNA, yeah, I believe that. Why not?
That would probably be more mental illnesses after that.
Yeah. Trying to fuck around with that shit. Why not?
Playing God out here. Can't do that. Cannot do that.
Electric cars, all of them? Nah. Bullshit. Bullshit.
I think like fleet cars will be electric. Like if, semi trucks, that kind of stuff will be.
All the Amazon trucks.
Yeah, automated.
All right, so March 12th, what year would that be? 2073? We'll come back.
God, that sounds scary.
We'll come back and do the same show again, and we'll see who was right.
27.
No, you're saying 50 from now. But he said
2050.
Oh,
so 25 years.
Okay,
25 years. That's also saying in 25 years, all electric, no mental illness, everybody has their super pill. I'm sorry, Neil. I don't want to live in that future where everybody has their super pill. Did you have your pill today?
Neuralink will probably be like in everybody's brain.
Yeah, that's what it'll be. A Neuralink in everybody's brain telling you the exact formulation of the pill that you need every day. Oh, did you have your pill?
Crazy.
The future.
all I wanted was an AI that could write stuff for me. We ended up with that.
And now we got people losing their jobs. Bro, I saw a video on Instagram. It was a completely automated McDonald's. Like there's nobody that works in there. They got all these wires and chains and stuff that pull the food up to the window. Robots flipping patties and stuff. It's in LA though, so if you want to go to it, you got to go to LA.
All right. That's the only place they get away with charging a burger so expensive to recoup that investment on the robots.
I think it would be cheaper.
Plus, it's the only place so expensive with employees that it's easy to justify the investment on robots.
It's in Silicon Valley.
Also, they're just trying to show off, right?
Yeah. Well, I went on a cruise recently, and they had a bar that had a robot that made all the drinks.
Yeah, I've seen
it was
that.
like just one big arm, and it would gather up. I'm sorry.
You're good.
It would gather like all the different ingredients that you need, and then shake it up for you, and then just slide it over to you. Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's pretty cool.
Robots.
Like, do you have to tip it?
You don't tip robots, man.
I didn't, but now I feel bad. Maybe I should have.
Put a little WD-40 in his gears. There's a tip right there. Keep that thing greased up.
Oh, man.
It only takes Bitcoin.
Bro, did you get into like crypto or anything like that? No?
Nah. Just focusing on trying to get some real money.
Hey, it is real money, man.
It is real money, but I just don't understand it, I guess, is the problem. Like I don't understand the practical application. Like maybe I get one, maybe Bitcoin, yes. But I don't understand all
Like
these
the Doge and
these like 30 offshoot coins. I don't
NFTs and
understand
shit.
how they can possibly be worth anything. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, the Bitcoin and Ethereum are the two big ones. I mean, stick to those.
Yeah.
Tell us more about the company that you tried to build and why.
The company that
what were you trying to do? What were you doing?
Well, it was
I
just
don't think you told us.
So it was just anything and everything that pertained to a video and photo that I could do on my own, basically. So anything that I could one-man band, like if I could do a wedding video or different portrait shoots, things like that. And so I did that for a little while on the side, but it never went full-time. And actually, I haven't done anything freelance in like probably a couple years now. I just kind of got to a point where I was like, I appreciate my weekends now, and I don't want to have to spend the weekend also grinding. So I've kind of just tried to resolve to find a pretty good paying 9 to 5, like Monday through Friday type job, where I can just chill on the weekends, not have to worry about like, oh, well, if I don't sell, or if I don't do X amount of jobs this month, like how am I going to pay the rent, that kind of thing.
Well, doesn't hurt to have a little side hustle though, brother.
It doesn't. And if somebody comes along with something that I feel like I can do that wouldn't be too much time effort, because you got to remember it's also like all the edit time afterwards. So it's not just the event. So you're still working throughout the week. But if somebody comes along with something that seems reasonable, I might still do it.
I'll hire you for my wedding.
There you go.
You'll have a job in however many years.
I remember you said that. I better not see on Facebook,
bro, I will
that you
hire
got married
to show my wedding. Absolutely, why not?
You still got all the equipment.
Yeah, I mean, all I used really was just I had my DSLR, and then I've got this little plug-in that you can plug into the DJ booth, so you get like all the mixed sound like pre-mixed already coming into your camera, so you don't have to worry about micing people up and stuff like that.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, audio is huge.
Yeah, that's like the most important thing. But
audio is huge. So you're just doing the freelance stuff there? I mean, I know you're into sports and stuff. Like, what else do you do for like, fun?
I tried to, so during COVID, I tried to get into golf a little bit, like bought a starter set of clubs and was getting out there, and it's lots of fun, but it's frustrating.
It is very frustrating.
It's frustrating. You'll have like 17 bad holes, but then you have that one par. And you're like, oh, I'm coming back next week.
I'm Tiger Woods.
Yeah. So it's fun, and I was doing that for a while. I kind of, once you get married, it's a little bit, you can't quite go out as much to do that.
Bring her with you, cuz. Have her whip the golf cart, bro. Be a little caddy.
Hey, she might be dangerous in that cart.
Like, baby, you need the 9-iron right here, bro. You need the 9-iron. Take it.
Yeah, no, but that's fun. I enjoy it, and then we got a Peloton recently also.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Like, I had a gym membership for so long and just never went. Like, I cannot be bothered to drive the 15 minutes to the gym. Just would not do it. As much as I told myself I would, it would just never happen. True. And now just having that thing in my house, like it's in my office. I work from home most days, and so if I have 30 minutes to spare, I'm like, let me hop on this thing real quick.
Do you have the subscription where like you can be in the class with everybody online?
Otherwise, why get it?
Yeah,
no,
there's no point.
My manager got one, and she didn't know she had to pay for the subscription, so she sent it back. I'm like, you're like, what?
Oh
That's
man,
crazy.
yeah, you get the so you get the classes, but you can also do like a ride through nature or whatever in different places. And they got one mode that's like a video game where you have to hit certain speeds and like hit targets and stuff like that. So it's fun.
Is it like PvP in a way, like you could see other people riding around you and stuff?
The classes have like real people because they're filmed in like in a room with a bunch of stationary bikes around. So you can see those people that happen to be in that class.
Okay.
And they have some live where you can just do them like recorded ones.
Be like an avatar, you like a Tour de France, you see other people riding around you. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. But no, like the nature ones and stuff, it's just you. And you can see like, again, real people because like they took the video at some point, but it's not like animated or like characters or something like that.
Peloton, so like Peloton's kind of a VR company.
Oh, kind of.
Is,
in a way.
is Peloton a metaverse company?
If they're not already, maybe they will.
Peloton better be working on some goggles.
Wow, yeah. Here I thought I wasn't in the metaverse yet, but I'm riding it all the time.
Bro. You're in there.
Riding in the metaverse, son. Virtual training, look at you.
I gotta buy an NFT house or something that I can go visit on my bike.
There you go. That's awesome.
A metaverse house next to Snoop Dogg.
That's crazy.
They're selling them.
That's crazy. If you wanna ride your bike in the metaverse, you gotta pay Peloton.
That would be that'd be a good collaboration.
You might
there.
be onto something.
Metaverse,
call them up.
Peloton.
I'm telling you, bro. This podcast is giving away free ideas every episode.
$1 million ideas on the PalmWave podcast.
The Peloton reps taking notes.
You heard it here first, Peloton. Give us our 30%.
But no, I had the same reaction that you kind of did when I said it at first, because in the commercials they show like these ultra rich people living in like a Manhattan skyline penthouse, and
this massive penthouse, and the only thing inside of it is the fucking Peloton. It's like, who are you people?
Right. Like I need like a 1,800 square foot room to just have this be the only thing in it.
Hell no.
As I look down at the Statue of Liberty,
like facing out of a window with this gorgeous view in the back, like
right,
man.
But yeah, no, my wife was doing like a subscription service to this like yoga place. You do like hot yoga, other classes and stuff, and that was costing like $50 or $60 a month plus the $10 gym subscription. So the Peloton's actually saving us money in the subscription department.
Interesting.
Because that's only like $40.
See, for me in the fitness department, the sauna is the thing I like the most.
Okay.
And you can't get that in your house
You cannot.
easily. So I mean, I don't know how much the Peloton costs, but I mean, you can get one of those.
1,500, right?
Yeah, something
13?
like that. They have like a pro version also that's a little bit more, but I think that's what we paid around 1,400 or so, and then it's $40 a month for the subscription.
So you can get one of those weird infrared sauna cabinets where like two people can like squeeze inside of it. It's like the size of a really big bookshelf, but those don't get as hot as the actual saunas. So
yeah, that's hard to replicate at home, I guess.
in this city ain't cool like that. The only like place you can go to that's like just the sauna subscription is those weird Asian places and like this one like gay men's club. So I'm just like, well, I guess I'm just gonna go to the gym forever.
That's funny.
Fucking bathhouse.
No, if it was in New York, there'd be plenty of bathhouses. Old Polish and old Russian dude. That's they're kind of like the champions of that tradition. But
Somebody sees you at the bathhouse. Wait, aren't you from the PalmWave podcast? I saw you one time.
That'd be the dream. That'd be the dream. It's funny because when I go, I'm the only one that wears like a hat. I've got this funny sauna hat that's like made out of wool and has this weird little pattern. It's a bucket hat, but it still looks funny. I'm usually the only one that wears it. And last time I went, there was a guy that had one, except his was like the super like triangle where it's like just like a cone on his head. Have you ever seen it?
What does it do? What's the point of it?
Oh, it just helps keep your head cool and keep your eyes and like your face skin safe.
Keep the sweat out of your eyes and stuff.
Yeah, if you keep your head cool a little bit, slightly cooler than the rest of your body, you can get more time in the sauna and get more benefits out of the sauna.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's better, an ice bath or a sauna?
Dude, I don't know. No, I think they kind of do different things.
Yeah, I don't know. I know like when you're injured, they tell you to like alternate ice and heat. Maybe you do the same thing.
I don't know.
No, I know people get they get in the ice water and then hop into the sauna.
Yeah, in those OG bathhouses, yeah, that's what they do.
Go lay in the snow, do a couple angels.
Banya and sauna.
Shit, if I had my own crib, I build a sauna attachment.
Yeah,
But in those places also they have the weird plant leaf thing that they smack you. You just lay down and they smack you with the
like a palm frond or something.
And what is that supposed to do?
I don't know. Something about it's got to be like purifying and detoxifying.
Wow.
That's kind of like the whole, purpose of the whole place.
It's purifying, yeah.
Just
Okay.
Sweating the
So if I do go to the sauna and I get slapped with a palm tree,
you're not going to get that in Tampa. Not in Tampa. Not in Tampa.
It's a good thing. But no, man. No, we're glad to have you here, man. It's been great to catch up with you from high school, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. I probably haven't seen you guys since then.
Literally since high school, 10 years.
Are you do you have plans to go to the reunion?
I was telling him that if it's like a very cheap event, and it's close to me, then maybe.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
But if
you
it-
have to pay money.
Oh
Duh,
yeah,
of
'cause
course.
sometimes you see in those reunions it's like $100 to go or something, and I don't know. Like I feel like with reunions aren't as big a deal for us because we've had everybody on social media already. If you want to stay in touch with somebody, you stay in touch with them.
Exactly.
You can easily hit them up on Instagram or whatever.
And that's what I was telling my sister the other day. Like the 10-year reunion was like such an old thing. That's for people that they graduate, they don't see anybody for 10 years, and you come back, and honestly, they probably all just hooked up and all that shit. But yeah, we see each other on Facebook. Like if I want to know what somebody was doing, just search them up on Facebook or Instagram or whatever.
Right.
Except for David Pyatt, he's not. he's not
on
popping up
He's
anywhere.
zero dark 30 stuff.
He's off the fucking grid.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's true. Who would really go? The persons that are just really desperate to see someone.
Key Club guys.
Key club.
Dang, I forgot about Key Club.
Nah, man, those little club members.
What was I gonna say? Oh, the other reason you go is if you're older. My dad's told me this. He's like, sometimes I go to the reunion just to see like if anybody died.
Oh, true.
I'm like, man,
Well, we would
that's
know if
dark.
somebody died.
The 10-year, that's not enough. At least 20.
Yeah, at least 20 before anybody.
Nobody's
starts dying.
died in our class.
Not that I know of.
We're good. We're all strong, man. We're all
I'm
Strong
sure
over here.
statistically, I feel like somebody has had to have died.
from
Yeah.
our senior class.
Probably.
It's
why not?
possible. We had like 500 some kids, didn't we?
We would have known if somebody died, bro.
No, you wouldn't have. There's some people that just disappeared, don't exist. You wouldn't immediately hear about it. What makes you think you would immediately hear about it?
Because everyone that died, either classes above us, below us, we heard pretty quick.
That's true. But I think the nature of the death also may be an impact on that,
What do you mean?
Like if you're talking about like anybody that killed themselves or something like that, like I think that's kind of more shocking and
You hear it.
you
quicker,
hear more
yeah.
about that. If it was something, of just a natural cause or something like that or an accident, maybe not.
Yeah, no one's died.
I guess, I don't know, maybe social media really is that strong.
Pregnant and married, and absolutely everybody is. Exhibit A.
Are you pregnant?
I'm not pregnant, no.
Is your girl pregnant?
No.
Y'all want to have kids?
At some point, yeah. It's like not a solidified plan of when, but I think we would like that for sure.
As a man, you have to act resistant to it until you're ready. Even if you actually want it and you're not ready, you gotta act resistant.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's so many things. There's so many things in life, man. That it's like, are you ever ready?
Nah.
Like you may
That's
never
what they say,
like you always say like, oh well, if I just get X amount of money or if I get into X spot in my career, then I'll be ready, or once this passes, then I'll be ready. But that's kind of why we got married somewhat quickly. And that was kind of part of it. I was like, you know what, I'm probably the most ready I'm ever gonna be in my life. Like no need to delay it.
Pretty quickly? What do you mean? You didn't know them for that long?
We dated
prior?
for like 6 months before I proposed.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What?
That's how you know it's real.
Now, granted, it was still, let's see, it was still
Love at
almost a
first
whole
sight.
year after that, before we actually got married, because
Okay.
then you got to plan the wedding and stuff like that.
True.
But yeah, no, that was we kind of knew very early on that that's what was going to happen. So
And I asked you this
amazing.
outside, but where'd you guys meet? Just so.
we met at a church actually. So we started going to the same church plant, like it had just started during COVID actually. And so we met there and started hanging out and started dating from
How
there.
sweet. Your parents like her. Everybody likes her. Family likes her.
Yeah. In fact, my parents, the first time they met her, my dad sometimes will just say kind of the first thing that comes to his head. So he was like, "Oh yeah, you're like up here. All his other girlfriends he's ever had are down here."
Yeah.
It was like, wow,
Dad. Damn.
But you know what? He was right.
Oh shit.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's amazing.
Call as you see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's what's up, man. Shit, I'm not getting married anytime soon.
Hey, it's different. You know, there's different timetables for everything for different people. There's no right or wrong time to do it. So.
You guys have any animals, any pets, dogs?
Yeah, so I had a dog coming in. She had a cat coming in. So that's still a struggle.
They fight?
Oh, yeah. Well, not a fight, but my dog is like very friendly. He'll try to sprint over and sniff the cat, and the cat is just terrified. My dog's like 55 pounds, so he's not a little dog.
Okay.
And she'll, run away. She hops up on the cabinets. She pretty much lived above our kitchen cabinets for the first like 2 months.
Scared of the dog, man.
Yeah, just terrified to come down. But now we kind of got more of a rhythm where they can kind of stay out of each other's way. The dog stays with me in the office during the day while the cat roams.
The house?
It's a townhouse, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then at night the dog kind of gets to go free and roam, and the cat's up in the cabinets.
Interesting.
You work from home?
Yeah, I only have to go to the office like once every couple of weeks, with the exception of a couple of like events that they have throughout the year that are like more like week-long intensive things.
He was so quick to fucking mention ChatGPT. I doubt this guy works at all. He's got a whole just fucking...
Yeah.
Don't give away my secret.
He's a master prompter. That's who he is.
Yeah,
He's the prompter.
No, it is. There are some days where you're at home and you're like, man, I really did not do much today at all.
Still getting paid though, fuck it.
Yeah. And it lets you do other stuff on the side. I'm like, okay, let me go wash a load of clothes, or let me, do the Peloton.
But I wish I could work from home. Damn.
Yeah. Well, it's like a lot of people, a lot of jobs have to offer that because people have gotten used to it now. Like that's kind of the standard for a lot of office work that, okay, I better be at least able to work a couple of days from home. Otherwise, I'm going to go work at a different company.
That will let me work from home. Yeah.
And there are plenty that will.
Yeah. Because my sister's been working from home literally since COVID. She has not worked in a building since COVID.
Yeah. It's interesting because I think it was trending a little bit towards that before COVID, but that kind of just kicked it into gear, and now that's the expectation.
From home, or you used to work from home? You don't work from home?
I did, yeah, for a good portion.
Mm-hmm. And did you like it?
It was pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah.
I never did it, ever.
It's coming for you. I believe it.
I was essential business during COVID, so I was working all throughout COVID, every day, 6 days a week.
Gotcha. Yeah, when it started, I was still at the news station. It was crazy. They like figured out a way to, do the news from people's houses, and it was weird. You had like meteorologists doing the weather from their living room, and
it was a green screen at their house and everything.
Yeah, every interview was over Zoom. It was not good television, but they got the news out at least, I guess.
And were you still going in and stuff, or no?
No, they moved us at home too. So since then, I've been pretty much at home all the time as well.
Let's talk about that more. News during COVID, bro. Like, what was the day to day like?
Bro, it was annoying.
Because you were at ABC still, right?
Yeah, I was at ABC when it started. I didn't leave there until like midway through 2022. So I caught most of it there, and it was. At its height, it was a couple times a day, like refreshing the government numbers on the state website, be like, oh, this many new cases, this many new deaths in Florida. And it just felt like every single, and obviously, a lot was going on, but it was just like every single story was about COVID. And it was just so obnoxious. I was like, please, can I write something?
It made it easy though, right? It made it easier to write shit.
Well, yes and no, because then you also have to try and make it somewhat interesting and new,
Yeah,
for like yourself too, if anything.
Yeah, for yourself
probably helped
too.
Burned you out, to be honest.
Yeah, it probably did. Because when you're writing every single day about the same topic and about, okay, well, nothing's really changed since yesterday, this is still what they're recommending and this and that, So.
And then when they had y'all come back in, were y'all getting tested? They get to get COVID vaccinations and stuff like that.
You did have to get the vaccination, but we didn't have to take like tests or anything unless you told them that you tested positive. Then you had to show a negative test to get back in.
I'm not surprised the news was making y'all get vaxxed.
Oh yeah, if anybody was going to do it, it should be them. Like the ones that are pushing it the most.
I mean, they kind of told us to do it, but it wasn't like, it was like, if you don't get vaxxed, you got to wear a mask, and now no one's wearing a mask, a year later. So
yeah, kind of just everybody just kind of let it go after a little while.
I mean, Florida was always kind of open. Like we were shut down realistically for like what 3 months. Like bars were closed for like 3 months.
That's when I started golf. Yeah.
And then everybody just said fuck it.
Yeah.
Back outside.
Yeah, there was like a couple of months where I was like, okay, like, let me try and this might be scary. Like, let me try and be careful and whatever. And then after a while, it just becomes like, all right, I'm not doing this anymore.
I was never really scared. All my roommates was tripping, and I was just like, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, I doubt. Because I remember Wesley told me, he was like, be prepared for 3% of everybody for you to know to die. I'm like,
oh my God,
damn, Wesley.
Mildly dramatic there. But
that's crazy. 3% of everybody. But I mean, do the hardcore math. How many people do you actually know? Do you know anyone that died from it?
No.
I know some people that got kicked over the edge from COVID. But like I said, kicked over the edge.
Like they
didn't have
they were teetering already.
Deleted.
Yeah. No, I didn't know anybody either. I had it twice, but...
Did you like lose your taste, smell, stuff like that?
Actually, no.
No?
It was like one really bad day of, like fever, chills and stuff like that. And then after that, it was kind of just cold for the next few days.
I never got COVID. Maybe I did. If I did, I didn't know it. But
yeah.
We did that one December. Yeah. A year into it, right when we started the podcast, we got COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Because I lost my taste.
Yeah. Yeah, we did get COVID.
I was sore for one day, and then for a week I had no taste. I was like, well, I guess that was it.
Did you get it back?
I did get my taste back, yeah,
so
of course.
You still taste, yeah.
I remember that.
That was like the only symptom. I was like, holy shit, I have COVID. I didn't get tested, nothing like that, but that was enough for me.
Yeah. I remember.
Other people around me started getting it. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. The first time I got tested, because I was like, oh man, like because it was pretty early on, and then the second time I was like, well, this feels exactly like the first time. Why bother going to get the test? I know that's what it is.
I'm gonna self-diagnose myself.
Yeah. It was like, this will give me an excuse to just chill at home for a week.
And that was the thing. People was saying they had COVID and not having COVID and then getting paid leaves and shit.
Yeah, abusing the paid leave. Yo, I got COVID again. I don't know what happened, but shit, I got COVID again.
Listen, if that's the policy they want to create, this can't be mad when people take advantage of it.
Oh, that's so wild.
But it's crazy because that feels like so long ago, but that was really just like this whole
3 years ago.
Yeah, this whole like life-changing thing though, and now you walk around in Tampa anyways, and like you never know it even happened.
I mean, you still see people wearing masks here and there. I'm like, yeah, bro, are you good?
You still can't get good service.
No.
It's true. It's true. All the good servers left. They were like, OnlyFans is better and easier anyways.
OnlyFans is better.
You could do that from home, you don't have to.
Exactly.
You can do it anywhere.
Exactly.
On the bus, in your car, at the restaurant.
Oh man.
But no, OnlyFans blew up during COVID. Like, blew up, man.
I'm telling you, bro. All these servers did not go back to work.
I had like a 1 month span, or during early COVID, probably like, I don't know, March or April or something like that, like when it first started, and I saw like the market tank, and I was like, oh, like let me get in here, let me be like a shark,
The market, like real estate?
No, like just stock market.
Oh, the stock market. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, let me get on this, and I started, putting some money in, and there came a point where like everything was going up because it had gone so far down. And I was like, man, this is easy.
Yeah, everything is winning. God, I'm a genius.
I pick whatever I want and it hits. Like, oh my God.
I'm a savant.
Yeah. And I was like watching CNBC, like Mad Money every night. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a stockbroker now.
Oh God.
Buy. That guy. But yeah, then as it started to taper off, I was like, oh, never mind.
Did you at least keep some of your gains?
I ended up like after a year or so, selling and whatnot.
Ah, you held on too long,
Dude, there came a time where I had to sell everything. The weddings are expensive, man.
Oh, I bet.
I thought the groom or the bride's family pays for it.
Yeah, if the bride's family is very wealthy, sure. But no, and it's expensive. And then we were fighting all the, 2020, 2021 COVID weddings. They got pushed back. So there was high demand for all these wedding services and stuff. And so it was a very expensive venture, but...
Did you have like a big event? Like, was it at like a crazy venue? Like,
it was like at this hall across from Madeira Beach.
Okay.
So it wasn't on the beach. It was like across from it, and it was indoors because it was August, so it was super hot. And we had about 120 people there, so it was good size. But I just kept getting told by like anybody that I asked, You know, like, make sure you do the wedding. Like, she might say she doesn't need a wedding, like, but bro, she needs a wedding because later in life she's gonna resent you, and you know, you're gonna hear about that in arguments 25 years down the road. And so we did it, but it was pricey for sure.
Yeah, the girls want the ceremony and the ring, man. That's the big thing for them, and it's cool. I mean, it's a good experience. All your family gets to see you enjoy your, you know, your significant other, and it's a good time.
Yeah, it was fun, and I wouldn't say I regret it or anything, but you know, that's why the stocks were sold essentially.
Have you been into any weddings like other than yours since like high school?
Well, I was the best man in Jacoby's wedding.
Oh yeah, you said that. Yeah,
and he got married out in like Lakeland, because it was like a halfway point, or her family lived over there.
I've not gone to any high school weddings.
Either. I've not been to a wedding since I've been 21, like drinking age.
And one of our friends did get married.
And one of our friends
weren't invited.
And we were not invited.
I guess we're not friends.
Brutal.
Well, to be fair, it was like a courthouse wedding. Like they signed the papers, and like all their parents were there, and they took pictures.
You can't invite a bunch of people to that.
No, but like you said, she's probably gonna resent him down the road.
For that courthouse wedding,
Could be.
for sure, for 100%. Yo, you know what? It's because you're cheap. It's gonna come out 15 years.
This is just like that time back in 2022.
We went to the wedding at the court, and then went to Golden Corral afterwards.
You're in the middle of your shitty, mediocre Disney trip because you were cheaping out, and he's like, you know what? This is just like that time.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna risk it.
Little kid wants a damn lightsaber. Dad says no. Mom, this is just like with the wedding.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Those things are expensive too, though. I wouldn't blame you for not doing that.
I mean, that's why you get married when you're financially stable.
When are you ever financially stable?
Enough to afford a wedding.
Hey man, they do it in the immigrant community all the time. Yeah. We were together for 20 years. We raised a 27-year-old kid, and now we're deciding to get married. Everyone,
that's
like,
true.
What? I thought they were married.
It's a common law marriage at that point.
Right. Oh,
I think Florida's like the only state with the common law. Like, if you live with your wife, your significant other for like I think it's like more than 5 or 6 years, you are considered married. Yeah.
You mean for like tax purposes?
Yeah, for tax purposes.
I did not
Insurance
know
purposes.
Mm-hmm. I think Florida's like the only state that does that.
Interesting. Yeah. Immigrants.
There you have it.
Immigrant parties are the best. Spanish parties.
Oh, they know how to get down for sure.
Because you
African
started going
parties.
to them.
Yeah, like our wedding was, her side of the family, she's from El Salvador, or her family is. She's from Miami, but her whole family's from El Salvador. So we had, and I'm half Cuban. So we had like all the music pretty much was, there's a lot of salsa, a lot of merengue, bachata. Kind of yeah. And so it wasn't one of those weddings where, people are like sitting around like, oh, is anybody going to dance? Like everybody was out there, because that's the type of culture there is,
That one stuck to you, Daniel?
Dude, that's my favorite song, bro. That's my favorite Spanish song. Suave, suave. It's bop, dude, bop.
It's one that gets people out there every time. People are gonna dance to that.
You're gonna shake your ass to some suavemente. Rock your hips.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy. Sometimes I do be thinking, like, what would my wedding playlist be like?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my wedding will be lit as fuck, bro. We're gonna have a good ass time.
What kind of gift bags would I give? You gotta give gift bags.
Was I supposed to do gift bags?
You didn't do gift bags?
Nah, I didn't do gift bags.
They give you gifts. That's the point.
Yeah, I did thank you cards.
That's good enough. Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for the gifts.
I should have put the thank you card in the bag.
Chocolate, little candy or something.
No, I figure they get the gift of all the food and drinks that we bought.
For real, you ain't paying for shit, right?
Right. Like this food costs like $9,000 to have here.
Damn, bro.
Enjoy.
Did you have a honeymoon?
Yeah, we so since a lot of the money went to that, and also I had just started at my new job a few months ago, so I didn't have that much PTO. Mm-hmm. So we ended up doing low key. We went on a Royal Caribbean cruise that just left out of Miami. So we did like a low Caribbean thing. We went to St. Thomas, St. Martin, and their Royal Caribbean island. But it was nice and relaxing after like so much time planning and stressing about a wedding.
Wait.
The Royal Caribbean island.
They have their own island?
Oh, yeah. They got their own island.
The fuck?
Yeah. It's literally like just their own. They have a big water park there. They got like cabanas, like their own bars, and it's just them.
Okay,
Where's
Royal
that
Caribbean?
One?
Yeah.
Where is that one?
It's by the Bahamas, I believe.
It's by the Bahamas. Okay.
Yeah,
that makes
Royal
sense. Caribbean.
But Disney has their own as well. I'm not sure if Carnival does or not, but...
Disney cruises have their own island.
Mm-hmm. Oh they probably literally just bought it from the Bahamas. Like, yo, can we have this one right here? I was like, why not?
Yeah.
We're not doing shit with it.
It's expensive up front, I guess, but then everything you make there is just going right into your pocket, so I'm sure it's worth the investment.
Absolutely.
You should buy your own island, man.
Let me do that. Let me get right on that. I would if I had the money. That'd be dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Put a landing strip on that.
Yeah, when interest rates go back down.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me use it.
In fucking 5 years.
Because I can't afford an island at 7% interest, but if it goes back down to 5%, then
now we're talking.
That's all day. That's all day.
That's easy.
No, that'd be dope to have your own island, man. You just fly out, chill, vibe out. And just that life of having that much money, it's a totally different world, man. Like having your own plane, literally go wherever the hell you want. Nothing, no red tape anywhere in life when you have that much money. It's crazy.
You're not like, oh man, can I go to Chili's on Saturday or can I swing it?
Exactly. Can I swing $30 for me and my girl to get some fucking chicken tenders at Chili's? Like,
right. Can we afford the triple dipper? It's just different, man.
And you got guys going out here to Salt Bay Miami Steakhouse, paying $1,000 for a steak and not even blinking.
Don't pocket watch. You can't pocket watch.
You can't. That's true.
But it's like, man, it's envious. It's just envy, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at it.
It's nice.
I'm looking at it. That's a life I'd like to live. I'm sorry, damn.
No, I pocket watch the other way too, though, because I see like the prices of just living. When you're talking about like rent, gas, like all these things that have gone up. It's like, how is somebody that's working minimum wage, like, how are they alive?
You can't. It does not work.
Please stop what you're doing.
Right. I'm like,
so
it's
get
just
some help.
Yeah, it's just crazy. And like, you think people are having to work, 2-3 jobs just to pay the rent. I'm like, man,
that's tough.
Life is pricey
out here. And like our parents had it easy. Like they tell us, oh, go get a house, go get a mortgage. It ain't that easy now. It really ain't.
And like, oh yeah, back in my day, we had 10% interest rates. I'm like, yeah, but the house cost $25,000.
We just don't understand how easy we have it. That's all.
That's it. We just don't get it.
We don't get it.
We're just too entitled.
Right. I think I heard that like our generation is the hardest worked generation out of like, generations past us or before us.
I believe that. But because the generations after are I feel like they're kind of fighting back a little bit on it.
Yeah.
Like I've noticed, when you have younger coworkers and stuff, instead of let me stay like a few minutes later and finish my work. It's like,
you need me?
It's like, nope, 5 o'clock. Sorry, I'm gone.
Exactly.
My email is not available when I'm at home.
6 o'clock.
Yep.
Out.
So I feel like they're kind of fighting back a little bit on that, and employers are having to adapt a little bit.
Yeah, because people will quit real quick. Like you could see that during COVID, like everyone, was went and started making their own businesses and stuff. They figure they don't need to be working and, working for the man when they can start their own shit. So, it makes sense.
Yeah. And now the way to get, it used to be like, okay, I stayed in the company for 30 years and it was guaranteed that I, got a bonus and I got a raise every couple of years and I got now it's like, maybe you stay there, you get your 2% every year. But if you ever want to
beg for a fucking,
for your 2%, right? Dude. But if you ever want to like actually, move up to the next tax bracket, you got to take another job. Exactly. You got to get another company.
Exactly.
Stay with somebody 2 years and then leave.
Yeah.
Our resumes are so much different than the resumes used to be.
Just like those reporters in South Dakota. 2 years and you're out. On to the next.
Those South Dakota reporters, man. can't land a spot there. Have you been to South Dakota?
No.
You talking all this shit about North and South Dakota, bro? You been there?
I have not. Yeah, I had an ex from there that dissed me real bad. No, I've never been there. I'm sure it's a fine place and there's all kinds of nice stuff. It's just like my go-to example, I guess, of a small town, middle of nowhere, not like, oh wow, can't wait to move there. It's not like a destination for that. So that's why I used it. But
let's be real. Do we ever hear shit about South Dakota, North Dakota? Ever?
No.
Ever. Exactly. Montana, no. All those states like that border fucking Canada, you don't hear shit about them.
Do they have sports teams?
They got no. I mean, they have a college. They have colleges with sports teams, I guess, but not pro sports teams.
They got like the most winningest college football team, South Dakota.
That's right.
I bet. Wow.
But it's Division II, though, right?
Division II. Yeah. Carson Wentz went there.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a senior for 8 years.
Literally. But not. I don't know. I would go into some sports talk, but Derek isn't about that shit.
No. I'll tell you, my loyalties all lie with the Tampa teams. Because I've lived here my entire life, so I am loyal. I even picked the Magic for basketball just because it's the closest team to Tampa.
The Magic are like a fucking developmental team at this point, dude.
It's sad.
Like,
I want so bad for them to have a resurgence, you know. And Paolo's great, you know.
he is.
But
we need another Shaq and Penny on the Magic, man.
Yeah. That's the only times they've ever been good. They had Shaq as the number one, and then when they had Dwight Howard as the number one.
And then was it 2 years ago? I used to watch the Magic, and I stopped watching them because that year they got rid of Aaron Gordon, traded away Evan Fournier, traded away Vucevic. Like everybody left, bro. And I was like, all right, Terrence Ross gone.
It's tough. Consequently, I don't watch much NBA basketball anymore.
No,
it's just depressing.
Yeah, it really is. It is.
You guys ready to wrap this up?
We can wrap it up. Yeah.
Good when you guys are.
All right. Well, we had Mr. Dan the Anchorman here today. That's his tag on all social media if you want to check him out.
Yes, although I don't think I've posted in about 9 months or so.
Still follow my guy. But yeah, go ahead and let him know social medias if you have any business you want to shout out, anything like that, your camera stuff, whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's Bay and Beyond Media Company is the freelance work that I was doing. Haven't done it in a while, but maybe, if it's a decent gig. I know this is why I'm not good at selling, But maybe, contact my people, will call your people. We'll get it done.
Hey, appreciate y'all for coming.
Yeah.
Have a good night, everyone.
Peace,
Thanks for having me.
Peace.
See you guys.